Hello everyone and welcome back to DJ's Gaming. We are here with another episode of Honkai Star Rail, and we are going to start off with a 10 times warp and hope that we can get this new character. 3, 2, 1, let's see here. No, we did not. We ended up getting another link. Dang it. Let's go ahead and just do another warp. But dang, I'm not getting lucky today. I have not been getting lucky on those warps. I've not gotten that new character yet. And we have gotten
Everyone needs some time alone.
of etalons for him. For that character. Anyways. I know, I'm sitting here next to the... I'm sitting where I don't need to be. Alright. So let's go ahead and get going with the main mission, or continue with the main mission, and let's talk to some of these guys and see where is everyone. There's a ghastly paleness in the face of this resident Cloud Knight. As you approach him, he nods his head in salute.
Forgive me for being brief. Warfare is a dangerous business. There's no time for idle chat.
Yeah,
We took over this place a few hours ago under the Master Diviner's command. It was only afterwards that we learned our enemies were none other than the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, those who worship the Plague's author. Everything was going as planned. The sorcerers of the disciples and the fantastic creatures they commanded were no match for us. And, after a while, our comrades suddenly started to slaughter one another. Curse it. What Sanctus Medicus sorcery did they use on us? The greatest fear of the Xianzhou people is succumbing to our Mara-struck form around others. To do so means that we have given up on being human, lost the abomination sleeping in our immortal blood, and violated the Rainbow's admonishments. What the disciples of Sanctus Medicus did are despicable acts that every Alliance resident detests. I swear to the Arbiter that I will avenge my comrades.
Okay. So, sounds like they ended up getting surprise attacked. Or surprised. Cloud Knight is standing next to the captive. He steps aside after you explain your identity and show him to the general's order.
You want to ask questions? Fine. But I must be present the whole way through. This part needs to be recorded as testimony.
Finally, someone to talk to. These Cloud Knights are so serious, so boring. So, you witnessed it too? The Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection. Magnificent. In the Befall era, so far in the past that even long-lived species cannot recall, Sanctus Medicus the Abundance gifted the Ambrosial Arbor to the Xianzhou Luofu. With that sacred tree, humanity realized many miracles. The fallow earth, the western soapberry, the altered flesh. But that devilish archer ruined everything. They twisted right and wrong and erased Sanctus Medicus's achievements. But soon we will return to the glory of the Befall era. You've seen the fantastic creatures that fought with us. They are only minor gifts of the Ambrosial Arbor.
Shut it, rambling rodent. The Cloud Knights will root all of you out soon.
Okay.
What did we do? We cured our kin. It must hurt to be trapped in such weak flesh and blood.
You scum! If the Order allowed, I would cut you down now.
Oh, you don't understand. A short-life species couldn't understand. Mara struck? Bah! It's a second life gifted by Sanctus Medicus. To eliminate the self, to achieve transcendence, a life of true freedom. I see a desire for power in your eyes. This life is too short for you, isn't it? I can help you.
Don't listen. His words are poison.
We're just having fun, sir. Without the blessing of the abundance, you short-life species would never be able to endure the transformation.
Yeah, he's nuts. Let's go.
When the Master Diviner gets back, we might be in for tough times. It's making me a little nervous. Are you ready?
Let's go kick some booty. Please note that your choice will bring about an irreversible outcome. By continuing forward, the following missions will permanently disappear as the story progresses. Venom Bruce and Sinister's Misled. Okay, well that one's currently locked. Must complete... Okay. So, we need to complete these, or they permanently go away. Okay. So, let's real quick complete those. Because that would just be the smart thing to do. Okay.
It's still early. Where to now?
I know what these missions are, too. I always feel like we're missing something here at the Realm Keeping Commission Chancery, but I have never remembered what. You've come at just the right time. Help me rule out some possibilities. Say, tell me, what do you think our office is missing? Realm who actually productive at work. Promo materials showcasing the work. Yeah, that's that. Not that. I raised this with Jing Yang before, whether we should be better at promoting how good the Realm Keeping Commission Chancery is at what it does. Well, she gave me a list of all the things we've done recently, and there isn't really anything to be proud of. Once we crack a major case that even the Ten Lords Commission can't solve, then I'll let the whole Exalting Sanctum know how great the Realm Keeping Commission is. Until then, we'll keep things on the down low. Alright. Yeah, I can't figure it out even if I rack my brain. I think I'll play a few rounds of Celestial Jade after work and think it through then. Alright, let's get down to business, young lady. What do you want? You called me here.
Oh, that's right. Forgive my forgetfulness. Glad you came. It's great to have one of the General's distinguished guests helping us out. My Realm Keeping Commission colleagues failed to provide adequate care for the Dragon Lady. I'd like to thank you on behalf of all of them for rescuing her back in Exalting Sanctum Plaza. As I'm sure you're aware, symptoms of Mara have been spreading ever since the Stellaron incident occurred. Thanks to the Ten Lords Commission, being stricken with Mara had long since become a terrifying but avoidable fate for Xianzhou natives. The puzzling thing is that despite the Commission's protection, we're now seeing an increase. More and more citizens, in particular those dealing with great risks and stress like the Cloud Knights, are becoming stricken with Mara. Moreover, the Mara-struck have taken on a horrifying appearance. As if they're turning into some sort of monster. This certainly differs from what I thought I knew about the illness.
So you need me to... hidden.
That appears to be the case. No smoke without fire, as they say. Despite being just a servant of the Realm Keeping Commission, spending a considerable amount of time on the front lines has sharpened my senses to potential dangers. You're a capable person. And since the General entrusted you with locating the Stellaron, it's only a matter of time before you run into Mara-struck. If you come across any clues, remember to inform the Realm Keeping Commission straight away. My colleagues and I will handle any situation with haste and to the best of our ability. Speaking of which, have you made any discoveries so far?
I do have an undelivered letter. Okay. Carefully reads the letter, and his expression reflects his disbelief as he reads it again. Just as he apologizes and bolts away. After a while, he returns with a girl.
I read the letter. I'll be honest with you, I've got no idea how to handle this problem. It's beyond the Realm Keeping Commission's jurisdiction. I contacted the seat of Divine Foresight, which is overseen by the General. Allow me to introduce Madame Qingzhu, General Jing Yuan's chief counselor. I think it'll be easier if she explains the letter to you.
Okay.
I read the letter you obtained from the Marastruck.
Good.
While the Cloud Knights were searching for the Stellaron's whereabouts, I was carrying out the General's orders, tracking down clues on the Marastruck. Thanks to your efforts, we now have a lead.
I see a collectible.
To an outsider, this letter appears to be nothing more than good news detailing a recovery from a chronic illness. However, what is actually being discussed is a violation of the 10 unpardonable sins. It's heresy.
You talking about Merciful Medicus?
Correct. The term Merciful Medicus is one of respect. One that any law-abiding citizen of the Alliance would never dare utter. It refers to none other than the enemy of the people of the Xianzhou. The one we now call the Plague's author, the Eon of Abundance, Yao Shi. The author of this letter was likely the Marastruck you defeated. My guess is he was led astray and poisoned while under the pretext of being cured. You saw how he ended up. Such actions remind me of an organization that was eradicated from the Xianzhou 1,000 years ago. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. They were disciples of the Abundance that sought to restore the way of immortality by unearthing a forbidden remedial formula. It's hard to believe that a group that was wiped out so long ago would suddenly rear its head and create chaos once more. The seat of Divine Foresight needs to learn all it can about this organization's status before the situation reaches a point of no return. If you come across any similar clues about the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus, come and find me at the seat of Divine Foresight. These kinds of first-hand accounts are exactly what we require.
Okay, sounds good. We'll do this.
Excellent. Your work will not be in vain. The seat of Divine Foresight always rewards those who contribute to our efforts. I recently received some intel. It seems that certain individuals are taking advantage of the current chaos to lure in Outworlders around Exalting Sanctum. Maybe you could start there? We sent an undercover investigator out a few months ago. They provided us with a rough idea of the situation. Unfortunately, it seems suspicions were aroused. We lost contact with the agent. I suspect he was discovered. You are a fresh face in the Lafu, and an Outworlder. I would feel more at ease if I could leave this matter with you.
We get kick some butt. First, always collect the collectibles. Now, granted, yes, I don't really read the collectibles, but I feel like you should always collect them, just in case. And some of them can be some interesting reads.
Excuse me, guest from another world. Please spare me a moment of your time. Do you yearn for immortality?
Yes,
Excellent. Who would turn down the opportunity to live forever? The Xianzhou doesn't care one bit about the well-being of short-lived species. They stubbornly blockade the glorious path to immortality. My name is Green Hibiscus. I came to Exalting Sanctum in hopes of a fated encounter with one such as yourself. One who is also on the road to immortality. What do you say? How about we find a more suitable spot to talk about all this?
Sure,
Let's make
go.
haste. There are too many people here to linger. Here we are. This is the place.
How do I
Let's not
gain-
get ahead of ourselves. If it were so easy, we'd be a far larger group, and there'd be no need for secrecy. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am a member of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I was unable to expose my true identity in Exalting Sanctum, but now I can reveal everything. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus is a devout group, holding firm in their belief that merciful Medicus is the one ultimate faith. As followers, we refer to ourselves as disciples, dedicated to our cause. If you wish to gain the means to immortality, then you must become a disciple. But to become a disciple, you must first pass several small trials. Please excuse me. Our expansion has unfortunately attracted the attention of those devilish archer followers. If we are not careful, the consequences... let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
If
sorry,
it
guys,
were so
game crashed
easy,
on me.
we'd be a far larger group, and there'd be no need for secrecy. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am a member of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I was unable to expose my true identity in Exalting Sanctum, but now I can reveal everything. The Disciples of Sanctus Medicus is a devout group, holding firm in their belief that merciful Medicus is the one ultimate faith. As followers, we refer to ourselves as disciples, dedicated to our cause. If you wish to gain the means to immortality, then you must become a disciple. But to become a disciple, you must first pass several small trials. Please excuse me. Our expansion has unfortunately attracted the attention of those devilish archer followers. If we are not careful, the consequences could be unthinkable.
Okay. What
What you seek, you will surely find. Merciful Medicus is magnanimous. They do not lightly refuse a prayer. As such, the initiation trials for the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus are nothing arduous. All you must do is transcribe this copy of Thousand-Handed Merciful Medicus's Salvation 500 times by hand. This will allow your brothers and sisters to trust your faith, and you to become a disciple. This scripture is central to the disciples. You must maintain a pious heart during the transcription. It would be best if you could memorize the text. Of course, this is but the first trial. Once you have become a disciple, you will undergo numerous others. Excessive. The old rules dictated that the text be copied 50,000 times. I myself undertook such a feat. Nowadays, the Master takes greater pity on the common people. Hence, the number has been reduced to a mere 500.
Okay. Great. You start copying it. Once upon a time, a thousand-hand Sanctus Magi traveled the world with their 99,999 disciples, living under Rahu and teaching their way. Your index finger has a slight cramp and your shoulders feel a bit sore. Though you only made the first copy, there are still 499 copies waiting to be written. As they spoke the words, the 99,999 disciples were liberated from youth, old age, sickness, and suffering. After making the final stroke, you catch the Cloud Knight in your peripheral vision as he gestures at you.
Psst. Hey, stop writing! Get over here!
Okay.
Took you long enough. I know you. You're General Jinyuan's honored guest.
Never looked.
Ugh,
Never
is
heard
this
of him.
really the time for jokes of that quality? You're here undercover, right? Well, so am I. I'm a Cloud Knight from the Exalting Sanctum Garrison. That green hibiscus has been sneaking around spreading heretical lies for a while now. That's why I'm here, to spy on him.
Yeah, you're just.
They were suspicious of me as soon as I arrived. It took a lot of effort to make them believe I wanted to become a disciple.
Well, of course, just like
I
that.
have my reasoning. Cults like this want to recruit people with influence in law and order. I wanted them to know I was a Cloud Knight. Always know your enemy.
Oh, yeah, I'm blind. I can see that you're recording.
Okay, well, what's your next plan?
Keep your voice down. These disciples don't miss much. If they discover us, we won't make it out of here.
Well, you might not.
You can trust me with the transcription. I spent over 150 years pen pushing in the Seat of Divine Foresight before I became a Cloud Knight. I could do this in my sleep.
Didn't your
Listen
mom say
carefully.
she doesn't want you
I
worried
help
for
you
herself?
copy the text, you cover for me, and I get word out to the Seat of Divine Foresight.
Take your time, still your mind, and transcribe the text. Allow the beautiful enlightenment of thousand-handed, merciful Medicus's salvation to permeate your being. You're
Okay,
finished?
Finished.
So soon? Let me see. Yes, it would appear you are finished. A fast and accurate transcription. It seems you are destined for immortality. Calm yourself. The initiation is divided into 2 steps.
Yes.
You and the Cloud Knight have completed the first. Now, only the second remains.
Sure, but can it wait till tomorrow? I'm supposed to be on duty right now. They'll get suspicious if I don't head back soon.
No need to worry. The second step is extraordinarily simple. It'll all be over soon enough. The disciples' initiation is governed by the following principle. Never accept who you suspect, and never suspect who you accept. So, it's time for you two to battle it out. Whoever survives will officially become a disciple.
Why?
Transcribing scripture allows us to ascertain your devotion, but determining whether or not you'll be loyal to the organization requires a stronger guarantee. Sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. I didn't write the rules.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're kidding, right? We came here to lengthen our lifespans, not shorten them. You can't just make us fight like this.
We aren't forcing you to fight. By all means, refuse if you wish. But we won't possibly be able to let either of you leave.
Fine. Fine. But at least let me prepare. I've never done anything like this before.
Very well. But you'll need to ask your opponent, too.
I don't
Good. Then prepare yourselves. Time is precious. Make it quick.
Let's kick this guy's booty.
Listen, I have an idea that will let you join the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and let me get the heck out of here in one piece. You and I fight, and I lose to you. I pretend that you finish me off. Then you pretend to help them remove my body by dragging me out of here. That way, we both accomplish our objectives. Oh, I I've seen your skills. Please don't mess up and
kill me.
actually kill me.
I know what I'm doing.
Good. I knew I could trust you. My life is in your hands.
I can
So,
beat
have you
up without
prepared
any
yourselves?
difficulties.
Are you ready to fight?
Let's
You,
do it.
Cloud Knight?
I'm ready.
Then, let's begin.
Well then, take this!
Oh, we actually get to beat him up. All four of them. Oh, I feel bad for this guy.
Step aside. I have no interest in stoking trouble.
And... Oh, I just one-shot him.
What magnificent skill! He was fierce, but no match for you. I'm glad you prevailed. That Cloud Knight waltzed straight up to us in uniform and asked if he could join. Hardly a convincing spectacle. I doubt I ever could have trusted him. Purple Chrysanthemum, Blue Peach. Find somewhere to dispose of the body.
Let me handle it.
You've dealt with this kind of thing before?
I'm a long-term associate that handles problems like this.
A long-time associate, eh? You're well connected, I see. This does have its advantages. Our brothers and sisters have been proselytizing and exalting Sanctum over the last few days. We may have attracted the attention of the devils. Having you dispose of the Cloud Knight will be safer. As such, this can be your first mission as a disciple. You take an active approach to getting things done. I'll be sure to pass that on to my superiors. In any case, my hearty congratulations on your admission to the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. From now on, you will be known by the code name, Gray Peony. Well, Gray
Seriously?
Peony, let's depart separately to avoid attracting attention. We'll rendezvous at a different location later. Until then.
I did a good job playing dead, didn't I? Those people are out of their minds. Watch your step next time you're around them.
Okay. I'll be careful.
With your skills, you've got a better chance than most. I should report back to the seat of divine foresight. Stay safe, friend.
Alright. Vigilantly monitors his surroundings. After he's certain no one is tracking them, he makes a swift getaway. Alright. Now, you can just come over here and wait for a moment. And we get a new message. TJ, is everything going well? Very well. It is unbelievably well, actually. That's good. I've always believed in your abilities. Someone just reported in. Did you save a Cloud Knight? It was not fun. I wouldn't call it saving. We had a successful collaboration. Thank you very much for your help. That Cloud Knight had handed over all his intel to the seat of divine foresight. If it weren't for your help, he'd have had a hard time getting away. So you've already infiltrated the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Please keep monitoring their activities. Anything I should focus on? I've mentioned before that the Cloud Knight named Jing went missing a few months ago. I want to know what happened to him, dead or alive, so I can give an answer to his family. Let's avoid contacting each other from here on. If you are seen going in and out of the seat of divine foresight, those disciples are sure to become suspicious of you. Please come back in one piece, otherwise the general will be upset with me. Well, I mean, I'll make sure to come back in one piece. Can't guarantee that they might not come back in one piece when I'm done with them.
Green Hibiscus agreed to meet me here, but there's no sight of him. What gives?
Okay,
There's a
what's
letter
behind
here. What's this on the envelope? Gray Peony. This must be from Green Hibiscus.
Grey Peony, you have fully demonstrated your bravery and devotion to us. I'll now give you a chance to prove how loyal and reliable you are to the organization. This mission is of utmost importance, and I don't feel comfortable entrusting it to others. Only a fighter like you can handle such an important task. Yesterday, a disciple absconded in disgrace. She posted a letter as she defected. Based on our investigation, it's an urgent missive to the seat of divine foresight. It shouldn't have arrived yet. Intercept it and help us mitigate our losses. Once you finish this arduous yet glorious task, I will introduce you to the Exalting Sanctum's leader of the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus. So long as he assents, you can begin your journey on the way of immortality.
The disciples sure know how to keep a low profile. Looks like I'll need to help them complete this mission. If they're looking to intercept mail, I should probably start by searching near Exalting Sanctum's Psycrane stands.
Okay. Apparently there's two. One's up top. Let's go talk to this Psycrane.
What's written on this package? Seat of Divine Foresight, urgent. This is it. The mail the disciples want to intercept.
That's the first one.
Seems like it's encrypted somehow. Makes sense. This is critical intelligence after all. Let's see if I can crack the code.
Okay. Yeah, that was easy.
Code cracked. Huh. It's an internal order from the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. Judging from these urgent instructions, the disciples are aware of a Seat of Divine Foresight operation to infiltrate their ranks. Huh. No wonder Green Hibiscus was so eager to intercept this. I'll use my phone to make a copy and then hand it over to Green Hibiscus.
Grey Peony, did you get the stuff? Got it. Shh, there might be surveillance. The place where we copy scripture. The person in charge wants to see you ASAP. Do not reply. Oh, I can't hit the reply button. Okay. Real quick though, let's make sure that... Let's make sure that we have... Be prepared to take on... any Mara struck, so we need Bila. I'm not sure if I'm actually saying her name right.
Mauve Moon, this is the reliable disciple I mentioned to you, Grey Peony. Grey Peony, this is Mauve Moon, the head of our operations in Exalting Sanctum.
It seems you have some impressive skills in your arsenal.
You're too kind.
No need for modesty. I've studied martial arts for years. I can tell how strong you are with just a glance. You seem like you've got it all figured out. What brings you to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus?
I want to gain immortality.
Good. Life is a miracle and a blessing. Any futile attempt to forsake it is a disgraceful betrayal. You have been enlightened to the significance of immortality. You have already surpassed those shameful mortals. Here, take this prescription. Through this medicine, you will become like me. You will be able to break the shackles that the devilish archer author has used to chain your soul. You will gain unbridled power and freedom. The disciple responsible for creating medicinal pellets heard of your exploits. They prepared the prescription for you personally. Some of the ingredients can be purchased at an apothecary, but others will require you to come up with your own solution. Given your strength, that shouldn't pose a problem. Do you have any questions? I'm ashamed to admit it, but I once worked alongside those devils. I trained in spear techniques for almost a century. I nearly became a Cloud Knight instructor. But I was trapped in a weak mortal shell. I was never able to surpass the final barrier that separated me from the martial arts geniuses. Fortunately, the draft of Draconic Surge, the prescription you hold in your hand, rescued me. Once I took that medicine, I became more powerful than any mortal could ever dream of. Now, everything has changed. Jersine and his pitiful spearmanship are no more. All that remains is a loyal disciple of merciful Medicus. Wait. You recognize me? Where do you know me from? Your face changed when you heard my name.
Mav Moons, sir. We have a problem. I suspect this person may be the agent who's been looking for you.
Idiot! What kind of trials are you running? You let an agent infiltrate our ranks?
I couldn't have known, sir. I witnessed this person slay a Cloud Knight before my very eyes.
Detestable. The devilish archer author allows these pitiful mortals to face death without fear. Self-sacrifice is their way of fooling us into opening our doors.
You really
Merciful Medicus has sharpened my senses. Nothing gets past me. A pathetic mortal like you could never understand. In that case, Divine Foresight Devil, it's time for you to meet your demise.
We get to beat someone up. Ooh. Big someone. Oh, what's start by making our
Aside, amateurs. Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all. Immortality means forever.
And
Stay alert.
That's why I wanted Bila.
Take this!
Enemy targets detected.
Okay, let's go ahead and get
Oh!
you. And then we're gonna
Enemy
go
data
ahead
secure.
and hit everybody
Network
at
active.
once.
Time for good old counterattack!
Ooh, I did not know I was gonna take him out. Well, that's fine. And right now we can heal.
Don't need this style.
Alright.
Secret of the Saints.
Ow.
Commencing support. I'll contain them.
Let's go.
Okay, so now I just get to beat you hard.
Rules are made to be broken.
You know, I probably shouldn't word it that way. That's really a bad way to word it.
Thank you, Dad. Now you're
Do we have to fight?
Why, of course.
Alright, let's go ahead and heal.
Thanks for the support. Better late than never. Fights are like gambling.
And goodbye. Oh, well, that's not good.
Oh, mercy of Sanctus Medicus. Grant me a body impervious to steel, the courage of 1,000 armies, a strength that 10,000 foes cannot suppress. You think you're a match for me, devil? Your death is inevitable. Surrender, and I'll make it quick.
Weapons data secure. Net markers activated.
I'm just
Time
gonna
for
make
good
you
old
regret every
counterattack.
choice you've ever made in your life. Don't mind me.
Batter up. I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
Okay.
Get that!
That's a set.
Alright, well, you're about to just knock both those guys out, even though they're both gonna heal themselves. Oh, yay.
A miracle.
That is annoying.
Enemy targets detected. Inputting
Let's go ahead.
commands.
Do that.
Let's go.
And then heal.
Much better.
Wait for the tiles before you start counting.
And let's take him out, because if I take him out, they'll take those two out. Because they're his summon.
So Mauve Moon was the agent that Qingzhu lost contact with. He joined the disciples of Sanctus Medicus. I should go to the seat of divine foresight and tell Qingzhu. I don't know if this mission was a success or a failure.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
I want to enter the seat of divine foresight. He's gonna report me in. Okay.
I'm glad to see you've returned in one piece. So, what happened? Did everything go as planned?
Yeah, we tell him everything.
Don't worry. Your operation was a success. Although your identity was ultimately exposed, you gained a wealth of invaluable intelligence. On top of that, you managed to get out without a scratch. I never imagined that Jersine would choose the path of evil. You did the right thing. I'm afraid this is how the Plague's author operates. Using notions of power and life to draw countless people like Jersine away from bright futures. Down a path of no return. You've managed to shine a light on the darkness of the enemy. With this intelligence, the Seat of Divine Foresight will be able to improve its strategy. And for all your efforts, please accept this reward. Is there anything else you'd like to know about? The prescription you acquired is beyond my knowledge. There are a few reliable alchemists that reside in Exalting Sanctum. I'd like to ask you to consult with them on the particulars of the prescription. This will allow the Seat of Divine Foresight to have a clear target for creating an antidote. Given that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus has become aware of our operation, it's about time the Seat of Divine Foresight reeled in its net.
And let's see who we can bring in,
If you turn up any details about the prescription, come back and find me anytime.
And as I have said, collectible. Ask me to find you.
The Seat of Divine Foresight? Let me see the prescription. Oh, heavens above. It's a horrifying prescription, and I can't make any sense of it.
Wait,
Go and ask Lady Don Shu. She's our chief alchemist. She may be sightless, but she's more qualified than all of us. She's no stranger to helping others, either. Always prescribing medicine to those in need, and free of charge.
Can we read the prescription?
She'll certainly be willing to help the Seat of Divine Foresight. You can find her at Sinwood Pavilion.
I just realized I forgot that I had the 10 regular warps. Let's see if we get lucky and get any new characters. No. Did get this though. That's new.
That's cute.
Now we come over here.
I've been looking forward to meeting you.
How do you know
You
it's
have
me?
a very distinct scent. Losing one sense forces the other senses to become sharper. I heard from other alchemists you have a prescription you wish me to assess. Can you read it to me? Thank you.
Again, like I wish was what the prescription actually was.
A strange and dangerous prescription, but I believe I understand the pharmacology. It involves drawing upon the strength of long scions to attain the power of ascension. The specifics, however, will require further investigation. This will take some time. I could hardly happen upon Vidyadhara bone marrow and test the prescription myself, could I? Leave your contact details with me. When I've completed my assessment of the pharmacology, I'll get in touch with you.
Okay, so bone marrow of the very... But wait a minute. When they die, they just become an egg. So how in the world do you get... Like, you'd have to find a living one and draw it out of... That's just... that hurts. I have a preliminary understanding of the Drought of Draconic Surge's pharmacology, but you're still busy with the troubles on these Zhengzhou, right? Right now? No worries, come find me when you are free. I shall be waiting for you at the Sinwood Pavilion. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that one now. Because if we don't do it, it disappears and we don't get any of the benefits of it. Now, I know that normally I don't go this long, but I'm just doing the whole thing.
I sense you're in good spirits.
You can tell just by
A person's
listening.
footfall reveals a lot about their strength and emotions. Much like how a person's breath may serve as an indication of their overall health. Let's get down to business. I analyzed the prescription you procured, the draft of Draconic Surge. Now that I have a preliminary conclusion, it needs to be delivered to the Seat of Divine Foresight.
Okay, well, what is
The conclusion? Put simply, I don't believe that the draft of Draconic Surge holds the cure to the Mara. Even in the foreseeable future, there will likely not be any such cure. I've compiled the details into a written analysis. If you're interested, feel free to take a look. This is a copy of pharmacological studies on the draft of Draconic Surge. If the Chief Counselor wants to see it urgently, I'll have to ask you to deliver it for me.
Now we gotta bring it over here.
What is your purpose for entering the Seat of Divine Foresight?
Okay.
You're back. Anything you wanted to share?
The prescription.
Wow. Even for those alchemists, that was fast.
You know, it was Dan Shu who figured
Dan
it out.
Shu? Wait, why would the Alchemy Commission's chief alchemist be away from her post? I've heard that the chief alchemist is visually impaired. She rarely leaves the Alchemy Commission delve. She has a vast knowledge and expertise. No wonder she was able to analyze the pharmacology so quickly. Let me see her report.
Okay, as soon as it completes reading the report.
No cure? Where did these villains get their hands on such a complex prescription? This is infuriating. Still, this is a clue we can follow. Thank you. Please accept these gifts for your efforts.
Okay.
Please, take them. You've done so much for the Lafu, for the Xianzhou. This is the least I could do.
And then I'm getting a new message. Have you some time? There are some issues with which I should like your expertise. Can you drop by the Sinwood Pavilion? Wait, I'm coming over. At your earliest convenience would be best. My allergies are killing me today.
Thank you for coming on such short notice.
Alright, what can I
My
help you
stay in
with?
Exalting Sanctum was supposed to be focused on treating people and delivering medicine. But the Seat of Divine Foresight tasked me with analyzing the prescription. I've been severely delayed. I've already concocted some of the medicine in question, but there can't be any further delays. Could you assist me in ensuring it arrives on time?
No problem.
Thank you. The patient in question is a little girl. If she's gotten into any trouble, be sure to let me know when you get back. This is the medicine. Her house is near the Court of Tranquility. It shouldn't be hard to find her.
Okay.
Is this the one Don Shu sent?
Aw, little Miss Lady can't see ahead, can't see right, can't see left. Heads to the east, ends up west.
She's stuck! She can't get down!
Hey, what you looking at, Outworlder? Mind your own business! What's this got to do with you? You
I
a
wanna
family or
I want to
something?
beat these kids.
'Cause you don't look like it.
These kids are annoying.
You're just trying to be a hero. You sure you want to mess with the Lafu trio?
Enough with this nonsense.
Who
Get
do you
away
think
from her.
you are? Keep your nose out of this. I beat people up all the time.
Yeah, get lost. Stop meddling in our business.
He runs up to you and punches you. Stand strong, unmoving, but the boy falls backwards from the reaction force.
Boss!
Stop yelling and help me up already.
They used some kind of hidden power. I saw it. You're a cheater.
That's right. If you hadn't cheated, I would have knocked your lights out.
You sure about that, boss? They didn't even flinch.
Ugh, shut up! Boss, let's get out of here. We shouldn't fight anyone that doesn't respect martial arts.
I'll let you off the hook this time. Next time we fight fair and square.
Yeah!
You know, I hope the parents deal with those kids properly.
Thank you for helping me, miss.
Okay, are you okay?
Okay. It's my fault. I shouldn't have wandered off on my own. Then I wouldn't have run into those guys. They always laugh at me for being blind. And they like to trip me up and steal my things. Thank goodness you were
They
here.
hurt a blind person.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have let me off so easily. Oh, Don Shu asked you to come? Things are bad on the Lafu recently. Don Shu must be very busy. Thank you, miss. Remember to thank her for me.
Okay, takes medicine and returns the way she came.
Why does she wander about alone? Well, I've delivered the medicine. I should report back to Don Shu.
Am I going up like 5 steps per step?
I came up from Starskiff Haven just to see you.
I think I go up like
How
5
is she?
steps.
Did you deliver the medicine?
You describe what happened.
She reminds me of myself when I was a child. I also had to find my way in the dark, face obstacles I couldn't predict, as well as deal with unconscious prejudices people had against me. If I was ever injured by bullies or after a fall, I'd run crying to the healers at the Alchemy Commission and ask them to heal me. I suppose that's why I followed in their footsteps, to pay a little kindness forward. Thank you for looking after the child. Could I ask you for another favor, friend?
What do you need?
I want to meet the little girl. Can you lead me to her? I worry about her wandering around on her own. And I want to know what's been on her mind lately. Her parents passed away in the denizens of Abundance Wars. The relatives who took her in aren't close to her. And whenever I treat her, she often confides in me. A healer's medicine might remedy one's physical health, but sometimes the loneliness and hurt inside one's heart needs companionship and care to heal.
Do you know where
She told me that whenever she's feeling troubled, she finds a quiet corner in the Artisanship Commission and just sits there, letting the sounds wash over her. Her parents used to be artisans in the Commission, so I think she has some nostalgic connection to the place.
Isn't that a
In
really
all
bad area
likelihood,
to be in right now?
that's where she'll be. There's danger around every corner these days, especially for a sightless child. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's a dangerous place to be. Right now. Yeah, that's a dangerous place to be. We may end up having to save her.
What's happening? Is the girl in trouble?
Help!
We just get to beat up some robots. These guys are easy. Granted, we are jumping into beating these guys up really early or really late. It's not supposed to, you know, we're not supposed to be beating these guys up.
Enemy targets ready for another.
We're supposed to be not this level when we're beating these guys up.
It's all right. Everything's okay now, Xiaoyu.
Thank you, big sister. Thank you, Danshu.
You don't need to be scared anymore. She is here.
But when I think about all the trouble I've caused you two, I feel like such a burden. I'm sorry.
Is that why you're crying? Maybe you should start getting used to this feeling. Because in the next few centuries, visually impaired people like us will continue to require help from everyone we meet. So, if a little bit of guilt like this is enough to break your heart, then how will you manage such an arduous path? I'm not trying to console her. This is the reality. Walking alone in the darkness, fearing every incoming, invisible obstacle, unable to understand other people's descriptions. Everyone, everything is like a hot coal in the dark. Invisible, yet still able to burn you. As a long-life species, she can expect life to continue like this for nearly 1,000 years. She must learn to depend upon herself rather than just foolishly waiting around for the next hero to swoop in and save her.
There will always be someone willing to help her.
One hopes that would be the case, but that would require someone to be by her side every waking second of every day. In the meantime, she'll have to learn to withstand the darkness. Just as I have.
Hey, you're right, Danchu. From now on, I'll do my best to rely on myself.
Good. I hope you remember this. Forever. This place is too dangerous. Let's head back to Exalting Sanctum.
You send Donju and the little girl back.
Thank you again. For all you've done. It would seem we incomplete ones are often bullied from a tender age. I endured numerous hardships to become Chief Alchemist. Yet, there are still things that leave me feeling helpless. That's the reason I said what I said. You might mistake my words for being hurtful. But the truth is, no amount of words can prepare her for what lies ahead.
Don't they have the technology
For
to help?
long-life species, these things are permanent. Whether we are beautiful or ugly, tall or short, wise or foolish, all of it is encoded into our flesh from the moment we are born. The impairments of short-life species can be corrected with ingenia or surgery. But that's an impossibility for Xianzhou natives. No matter the method employed, our bodies will eventually return to their original states. I too was once a non-believer. I fooled myself into acquiring artificial eye implants. Soon thereafter, my sightless eyes began to regenerate, and I was left in pain and despair. That brief window of sight that I regained has turned into a perpetual source of anguish, forever etched into my mind. For long-life species, this incompleteness is a permanent, unavoidable tenance. What a joke. Even the denizens of abundance, so-called abominations, needn't endure such torture. Perhaps we incomplete ones are merely traitors, cursed by the plague's author.
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. Thank you for sticking with me through all of this. I think my aspirations in Exalting Sanctum have been met, for now. Oh, I have a gift for you. Though I'll need a little time to prepare it. I'll contact you once it's ready to collect. See you soon, friend.
Okay. We get to go to the bookshop. And we can talk to the shop kid. This is a bookstore. If you want to read or pick out a book, just go in, browse around, call me when you want to pay. Got anything you recommend? I don't really read that much, so I can't really recommend anything. Well, the front of the shop is where we keep our bestsellers. There's got to be a reason why they're bestsellers. Why not start there? Views of the universe from the Star Skiff is a record of wondrous exoplanets by a foreign or Foxian explorer. Oh, you're from an exoplanet anyways. In that case, hang on, let me think. How about this one here? Otherworldly Delights. It's a collection of short supernatural stories written by the boss here. I'm a I'm a relative of the owner. He likes listening to other people's conversations, saying that it's a good inspiration as an author. You may see him over in Starskiff Haven. He does storytelling in some tea house called Sleepless Arrow or other, calling himself something like Mr. Zhangyan. I may have actually met him. He likes getting attention. I'd be truly surprised if you haven't seen him. How I wish he could pay a little more attention to his bookstore business. Ah, well. If you got any books that you'd like to buy? I'd like to read some books to pass the time.
Oh, go right ahead. Mr. CN said that making bookworms feel at home is more important than getting them to buy something. All we ask is that you find a quiet spot away from the browsing areas.
You pick up a book that has recently gotten popular across the Alliance. Time passes quickly. I have prepared the present of which I have mentioned. Come over to the Sinwood Pavilion. I wish to entrust you with it in person. I'm a-comin'. Do not worry. I will be there awaiting your presence.
Looks like the person you were waiting for has gotten in touch. Safe travels. Oh, maybe buy a book next time? If you want to read and pick out a book, just go in and browse around. Call me when you want to pay.
Let's see what kind of books they have. So these are all they're just books. Nothing important. They're technically collectibles and fall under that collectible category. I'm just not sure if we need it. If we need to, spend our credits on the collectibles. I wonder if anyone actually does do that.
The tree remained dead.
Ah, there you are, friend. You've been running so many errands lately. I'd like for you to take some useful items away with you. Examining the exhibits in the Seat of Divine Foresight inspired me to create this. I referenced some historical texts and concocted a medicine that can extend your lifespan and improve your health. I call it the Broomdew Concentrate Pellet, and I'd like you to have it. Consuming it will make your body light, agile, and promote longevity and well-being. As a nameless, it'll make your journey a much less arduous one. Well then, that's that. I've still got some other business to attend to, so shall we say goodbye for now? Perhaps the next time we meet, I'll be able to see you, in the true sense of the word.
Place the box with the pellet on the table. You glance at it.
It's not that I don't trust Don Shu, but this doesn't seem like something I should take lightly.
Yeah, I am not
Something
trusting
feels off. I'd better talk to Qingzu at the Seat of Divine Foresight.
That tree remained dead for thousands.
Now I wonder what happens if you actually swallow
Would you like me to relay your message?
That's one thing I'm kind of curious on. What happens if you actually swallow it?
It's been a while. To what does the Seat of Divine Foresight owe the pleasure?
You recount everything that happened between you and Don Shu.
I understand. You say you have suspicions about this pellet she gave you? How about this? Leave this Broomdew Concentrate pellet with me, and I'll find someone to run a few tests on it. I need to find a trustworthy alchemist, so you'll need to wait here a while. It isn't easy to find trustworthy people like yourself in these perilous times.
Yeah, turns around, leaves. It's a long time before she returns. Hurriedly. Uh-oh.
Thank the stars you were wise enough not to take that pellet. My alchemists were able to extract many forbidden components. The result is identical to the disciple's mysterious prescription.
I can't believe she lied to me.
I understand. Try not to be too upset. I had a suspicion that there might be a spy in the Alchemy Commission, but I never expected it to be someone so high up in the organization.
Leaders are always the worst.
I'll put out a wanted notice for Don Shu immediately. If you find any trace of her, get in touch with me. Take this D-Ting with you. It might just help you find this friend.
Okay, let's see if we can... We gotta hunt her down now. Can't believe she was evil. Well, I kinda can. She gives off the like, I'm evil vibes.
Don Shu isn't here. Where could she be? I've got it. Don Shu's medicine box has her scent on it. I'll ask the D-Ting that Qingzu lent me to track her.
Canadian following and lead you to the Artisan's Ship Commission.
Time to come out, little D-Ting. I need you to help me find Don Shu.
Okay. Oh, hi, I didn't know about this. Over here. Oh, holy Anna. There we go.
No match for me.
Ooh, the Hex Club. The purpose of this questionnaire is to collect feedback about the Hex Series beta implementation. I hope you will be as honest as possible. Okay. What is your age? Well, I'm somewhere between 1 and 100 years old. Do you know what the hexen is? I don't know. And is what you have been playing with. How did you come to know about the... saw it on the side of the road? How difficult do you think are... Very easy. Do you have any other comments? They're a masterpiece! A thing of geniuses! That's just weird. Alright. Oh, sweet. I actually have to go this way. Okay, and then up this way. And then...
That's... Don Shu. With a group of disciples. I guess that tells me
all I need to know.
Master, stand back. Let me handle this.
Stand down. She's a friend.
Many of our brethren have fallen by her hands.
Yes, I am aware.
But...
I said she's my friend. Leave us.
Yes, Master.
Okay.
I didn't expect you to come looking for me.
You're the head of the...
The head? What a crude way of putting it. I am master of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, scion of merciful Medicus, and I shall lead the entire Xianzhou Alliance onto the path of abundance. Did you ingest the Broomdew concentrate pellet I gave you?
I'm gonna lie and
Did you
say I
feel
did.
the shift? So many elixir seekers arrive on the Xianzhou in the hope of obtaining the formula to immortality. But none have succeeded. Their aspirations are well founded. The Xianzhou does indeed harbor the secret to becoming immortal. I admire you, so I thought I'd give you the chance to obtain it. Upon ingesting the Broomdew concentrate pellet, you will feel the limitless freedom of the form bestowed upon you by merciful Medicus. And yet, you don't sound any different. Your breaths are not prolonged, and your presence doesn't feel like it's been altered in any way. Why is that? Is your constitution somehow different from the average person?
I hold
A
Stellaron
Stellaron?
inside me.
That's impossible. Even if what you say is true. To host a Stellaron as a short-life species would only spell an early demise. It looks like you are not fated to live a long life. Friend, please, I urge you to leave the Luofu. Abandon this struggle. The truth isn't what it appears to be. What did the minions at the seat of divine foresight tell you about this conflict? That the Rainbow Arbiter is the emissary of the righteous? That the Arbiter is chasing the heathen plague's author across the stars, while the disciples of Sanctus Medicus abet their heresy? Do you really think that is the case? You don't understand Merciful Medicus, nor the devilish archer author, but you understand me. Do you see me as such? A heretic? I do not ask for you to pick a side. I just wish for you to leave the Luofu, to leave this all behind. This isn't your fight, and I do not wish to make an enemy of you.
We're gonna battle her. We're gonna take her down.
Most unfortunate. Had you known me first, perhaps we could have been good friends.
Master, we should leave now.
I sincerely wish that this will be our last meeting. Farewell, Nameless.
Okay, well, we have to kick these guys' butt.
Let's go.
I almost feel bad for them.
Commencing support.
I mean, I really do almost feel bad for them.
Oh!
Ooh, wait, that didn't take him out. Okay. See, what's really, really unlucky for him is he
Thanks for
can
the support. Wait for the tiles before you start counting.
remove stuff. So now he's trying to do core rupture, but there's no cores to rupture. Oh.
Just a scratch.
Okay, let's go ahead and not play games with them.
Crush them all.
Rules are made to be broken.
Okay. Goodbye to both of those suckers.
Enemy data secured. Net markers
Now we're
activated.
gonna hit.
Time for good old counterattack.
Now we're just gonna hit him with everything.
Look at the draw. Please, 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 please. Looks like victory!
Immortality means forever.
Oh, that's.
Let's make it quick.
Take this!
Enemy targets detected. This, that.
Do that. And. Ah, fudge, it's gonna take this one out. Well, might as well. Oh, we've almost got this one too.
Luke.
A miracle.
Ow.
Commencing support. I'll contain
Just
them.
finish this one off. That takes that one out.
I'd better report my findings to Qingzhou at the seat of divine foresight.
Okay. How close can we teleport? Oh, we can teleport right in. Sweet.
How did it go? Did you manage?
And we inform her of everything that happened at the Artisanship Commission.
So you weren't able to apprehend her. I see. These people have been in hiding for so long. They must have a more nefarious plan. I've got to apprehend them quickly. Once again, thank you for all your help. With your intel, we will put a stop to Don Shu. Jing Yuan tells me you'll be joining the forces led by the Alchemy Commission and Master Diviner. I won't take up any more of your time. Please, take good care of yourself. If you run into Don Shu again, contact the nearest Cloud Knights.
Or kick her butt.
Take this as a token of my appreciation. You deserve it.
Alright. Got that done and taken care of. And we achieved a thing, which is obtain a bunch of light cones. And witness Don Shu's story. Alright, anyways. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the big thumbs up button and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.